5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to yet another iconic episode of the Vegan Stephen podcast. I'm only delighted to be here to see you again. Vegan Stephen podcast is a parody of a podcast. Vegan Stephen is a fictional character. All characters and events in the show, even those based on real people. All characters, events in this show, even though it's based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following content should not be viewed by anyone. This is the Vegan Stephen podcast. I am Stephen. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the YouTubes. And we're live absolutely everywhere. We're on iTunes and wherever you get podcasts. We're there. We're every day. Sometimes there's a little bit of a singing lesson. Hey! Sometimes a bit of a singing lesson. And... is this loud enough? Hey! Sometimes a bit of a singing lesson. And we're going to get straight into it. So, we have some websites open in front of us. We're going to see what happens. Today's date is the 11th. It is, no it's not. It's not the 11th at all. The time is 11:03. And today's date is the 4th of April, 2020. You get the idea. It's a good day to be alive. Today the podcast is broadcasting from Waterford. Waterford is one of the I'm just reading here off Wikipedia. Waterford is one of the oldest cities, and it is thought to have been founded by the Vikings. Fucking hell, the Vikings. Some people talk about the Egyptians were the first people in Ireland, but there's no way. Like if you look at your arm, humans have only been like on it for like an inch of your arm, and like life will keep going on after we're dead, and it's been going on long before we're born, and it really helps put things in perspective. You get all caught up in fucking why didn't this person write back to my text, or fucking it's fucking coronavirus, we're stuck inside for 2 weeks, and reality like life is so short. Alright, Waterford is there's no Vikings. Where'd they go? They're all dead. Waterford is situated in the southeastern of Ireland, on the River Suir, S-U-I-R, pronounced shore, just like the microphones. About 17 miles, it's 27 kilometers, from where the river enters the sea. Particularly, the entire city is built on the south bank. Explains why the Vikings came here, isn't it? A lot of water. Came by boats. A lot of Viking boats just hanging out in the streets here. It's fucking wild. Man, I can't get over how gorgeous Waterford is. Like, I knew it would be good, but it's so much better than I thought. Like, people are so nice. It's actually ridiculous. Like, alright, let's keep going. From this, the land rises sharply to the east, opposite of the west, while remaining level in between. The eastern slopes are almost entirely occupied by private residential estates, while the western it's getting a bit boring, isn't it? Alright, what else we got here going? Religious upheavals. Oh my god, there's these lads called the fucking Melvins or something going on here, and I thought it was some fucking weird cult. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but it's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird. There is all sorts of religions. There's these lads going on. It's such a fucking cult, man. I gotta find out who they're called. They're called like the Quakers. I don't know what the deal is, the Quakers, but they're fucking. There's a Quaker, Quaker. Do you know there's all these fucking weird religions, just fucking Quakers now? Let's have a fucking look at this. There's a Quaker graveyard. There's people walking around with now. Do you know what you see the news and like, you know about Muslims, you know about like fucking Christians, you know about fucking Jews and what other religions are there? I can't think of any. But Quakers are absolutely blowing my mind. I'm just telling you now because I've never even heard of them. I don't know where they've been. They must all live in Waterford. I know I'm coming discriminating against them or something, but to be honest, I've never even heard of them. So it's just curiosity. It's they're very. I don't want to be giving out now, but it's very. When you try to critical think, you run the risk of being wrong in public. It's terrifying because people are unforgiving and so on. But sure, listen. You only live once, don't you? Anglo-Norman invasion. Oh fuck yeah! The next phase. Oh, we're kind of skipping shit, aren't we? This is very long. Foundation. Okay. Jesus, there was a religious war going on in Waterford. That's fucking mental. 19th century. Scotland Awards for Architecture. Grand. Okay, Catholic and the famine. And there was a civil war in Waterford. What the fuck is going on? Alright, Quakers. What's going on with these Quakers? So, they come from Armagh. Does Ireland have its own little religion that's only in Ireland? The Religious Society of Friends, Quakers. To be honest, it just looks like nuns. I don't know. They have their own, you know, they dress like monks or whatever. Just never seen it. In Ireland, the first recorded meeting for worship in Ireland was 1654 at the home of William Edmerson. So I say this lad's a bit of an old con man, to be honest now. These lads who start religions are always fucking dodgy ass fuckers. Sorry. I'm probably disrespecting everyone who's listening, but alright, I just don't see anything too dodgy about him here. Alright, we're moving on. Quakers. Man, County Laois. These Quakers are very fucking local, aren't they? Quakers in Ireland today. The Ireland yearly meeting is unprogrammed and is more conservative than Britain yearly meeting. They have circa 1,600 members in 28 meetings across the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. This is blowing my mind. The Friendly Word is bi-monthly magazine published by the Quakers in Ireland. Rathgar Junior School and Newtown School, Waterford, are Quaker ecos. Oh, Jesus. I'd love to know what they believe. Are they just a spin-off of... No, now, a lot of religions I've come across are just fucking spin-offs of Catholicism, and Catholicism is just like a spin-off of loads of other fucking... It just robs from everyone and so on. So, anyway, the archives of religious societies of friends are held in Quaker House in Rathfarnham, and the meeting house is in Lisbon, County Antrim. In Dublin, there are 4 Quaker meeting houses. This sounds suspiciously like a cult, but all religions are cult, aren't they? Quaker meeting houses in Churchtown, Monkstown, Rathfarnham, and Friends. Grand. They're in Blackrock as well. Let's just have a little look at the Quakers uniform here. I'm absolutely baffled. Like, I saw one of these Quakers walking down the street here in Waterford, and I nearly fucking shat myself, like, honestly. So they're dressing a bit like pagans, because it's been around for a long time. And oh, there's something going on here. Looks like... I can't see the Quaker uniform here. Have I been lied to? Oh, yeah. Basically, Quakers seem to be just like the Irish version of the Amish. Now, I've no idea what their belief system is. I'm literally judging a book by its cover here. But sure, why not? I'm willing to make blanket statements. Introducing Quakers by, yeah. So it seems like, oh man, I'm so confused. Quakers celebrate 100-year anniversary. I'm dying to know what their belief system is. Just, I don't want to go around slagging people for fucking no reason. Like, early life. Improvised several times. Jesus Christ, man. What is Quakers in Waterford, man? Just blowing my mind non-stop. They're not telling me what the Quakers are doing. Like, they're just saying, right, they have 2 schools, they meet every 4 times a year, they dress like they haven't from the 16th century or something. Jesus Christ, the 16th century, oh my god. They have 1,600 members. Sure, that could be just fucking gun club or something, like, you know, fucking Quasar probably has that amount of fucking members. Alright. Sure, listen, I don't know. I know nothing. I know not. I was just... Oh, Jesus, just fucking... I'm just baffled at how I never heard of this, like... I thought the Quakers were like a... like... Not a joke, but I thought they were fucking... Quaker meeting house. Jesus Christ. This is like... What? Okay, Quakers' beliefs. Brilliant. Alright, let's have a little look. So they just seem like the Irish Amish. Oh, fuck, they are close to Amish. Damn, bitch. Alright, it has a little divide here between the Amish and the Quakers, okay? So I'm going to have a little read of the Amish, because I think lots of people are familiar with the Amish. Okay, here we go. Total separation from the fallen world. Come out from among them and be ye separate. Now this reference is from Pinterest, so you can imagine it's a bit ropey. It's just a picture on Pinterest, which is like Instagram for mammies. Pinterest is very good for if anyone's thinking of developing their own fashion line or whatever. I use it for hoarding inspirational, you know. I've got a large collection of pictures of famous people wearing sunglasses and so on, just so it's like it's a lovely way of having an artistic scrapbook. It's very nice, I must admit. Okay, let's stick back to the subject. So Amish, total separation from the fallen world, come out and among them be ye separate. I don't really understand, but we're moving on. Calvinist, I don't know what Calvinist is, but the Calvinist, it's ringing bells now. Calvinist, no discussion of salvation. I'm kind of confused. A lot of religions are like, right, you're unhappy. If you want to be happy, you join us, and they kind of fake happiness to bring you in. They do a thing called love bombing, where it's like, oh my god, you're so beautiful, and you're like, wow, these people are my friends, and then it turns out it's a bit like a slave labour camp. You go knocking door to door and working for free and recruiting people and peeling potatoes. And anyway, but you listen, that's just like fucking family life, isn't it? So it's whatever you're into. You can do it with the Amish or the Quakers, or you can do it by fucking raising a family. I don't know. Different strokes for different lads. Women have no authority in the church. Oh, that is hilarious. How are they getting away with that? Oh, that's fucking gas. Women have no authority in the church. You see, women have a lot more power than people give them credit for. Like, a way to a man's heart is through his woman, and if you want to get into, if you want to fuck with a man, you go through his wife or whatever. Because you say something to the wife, and the wife will keep going on and on about it. I don't know. It's a bit of a dark tactic, but it's used a lot. Go through the girlfriend, eh? But you look, Divide and conquer, eh? Right, we're gonna keep going. Sure, even parents or kids do that against their parents. So like, Mom, can I have €1? And they're like, no. And they're like, Dad, can I have €1? And they're like, what's your mother say? And they're like, she said it's grand. And they get €1. And they're like, you got €1. Asking around, shopping around. Alright, here we go. Outward forms of central baptism and communion. So outward forms of baptism and communion. So they are religious acts. Baptism's like they throw a bit of water on your head and they're like, right, fucking you're going to heaven now or something like that. Communions, so it's like, right, I still believe in this. So listen, that's the Quakers, the Amish. So Amish have some of the happiest people ever, because fucking Instagram and all this fucking stupid shit. Consumerism is just a lot of bollocks. Like, they had got to fucking, they pulled together to build each other's houses. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, honestly, they have some weird ass beliefs. Like, I think they don't believe in mental health and stuff, and lots of things like that. But I don't know. Sometimes people get very depressed because they're in a bad situation, like they're in a bad relationship, or just they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, like they're doing a shit job, and then they end up doing drugs or something to escape from the shit situation they're in. I'm thinking of Chernobyl, when a lot of lads were sent to their deaths to like fucking to work on army extermination. So I just fucking cleaning up Chernobyl. Chernobyl's a nuclear disaster in Russia. And they sent a load of lads there to clean up and all of them, and they all end up dying from radiation poisoning. But to keep their mind off it and stuff, they're given free vodka, and they just got fucked up all the time. So drugs and stuff are often used as a coping mechanism for a shit situation. So maybe if you're happy, maybe if you're getting fulfillment from, raising a kid, or I don't know how people get fulfilled, jogging, you won't need to do this fucking self-destructive behaviour, because you're not, you don't have all this fucking internal conflict going on in theory. I don't know, maybe there's still, a bit of, they wouldn't be into all the kinky sex stuff now. Well, she would know behind closed doors. Anyway, we're going to keep going. Oh, God, sorry. If anyone doesn't know, if anyone with the Amish, they're quite minimalist, They live back in like the 16th century or something. Like, they use ploughs, they wouldn't have internet and so on. In theory. Alright, here we go. Quaker. Not as, this is the comparison, alright, between Quakers and Amish. Here we go. Not, I'm reading the Quaker list. Not as separate in the word, but not of it. I'm going to read that again, it made no sense to me. Not as separate in the world, but not of it. Not separate from the world, but not of it. Is that really deep and metaphorical, or is that just a load of shite? Some things you're just like, that's a load of shite, but the more you think of it, you're like, fuck. Maybe if I painted my front door red, I would find inner peace instantly. Because that Instagram post of that red door is fucking brilliant. Maybe if I had a red door, then I'd be as happy as those people who were like, I had a red door. Alright, so once again, Quakers beliefs not as separate in the world, but not of it. Okay, so they're close to nature, but they're above nature, perhaps. I don't know what their angle is. Okay, moving on. Open to salvation in this life. Salvation from fucking what? A lot of religions are based on, putting people down and being like, there's something bit you can't do this by yourself. You need some big lad to fucking talk to, because fucking if it's not a god, it's the fucking sun. If it's not the sun, it's the fucking people can't handle the fucking instability and unpredictableness of life. They just need someone to tell them that everything's fucking alright. Alright, let's keep going. It's fucking stressful being fucking having no religion, man. You don't understand what it's like to be vegan, Steve. I'm just messing. Open to salvation in life. Lovely. Men and women are spiritual equals. Okay. And next one. Do not use outward forms. What the fuck does outward form mean? Okay, so I'm gonna just go over this one more time. So, Amish believe total separation from the fallen world, come out from among them and ye separate. Okay. Quakers believe not separate in the word, but not of it. Okay. Amish, Calvinist, no discussion of salvation. Alright. Quaker, open to salvation in this life. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay. Amish, women have no authority in the church. Quaker, men and women are spiritual equals. Okay. Amish, outward forms are central. Baptism and communion. Okay. Quaker, do not use outward forms. Oh, so they don't have baptism and communion. Okay. That's fucking very interesting, isn't it? Because, can you imagine just living, I don't know if they have medicine or what, how far extreme they take, living in the 16th century. But my god, talk about nostalgia, like, do you know why some people watch the first few Star Wars and they're like, fucking, these few Star Wars films were like, fucking brilliant, there's been nothing ever as good as that. Well, these lads are like, right, there's never been a good a time as the 16th century, so let's just fucking quit while we're ahead. 16th century, oh my god. Oh, making mass generalizations about... I'm making big statements. Okay. Are Quakers celibate? Oh, Jesus. They are initially known as shaking Quakers because of their ecstatic behavior during worship services. Jesus. They practice a celibate and communal lifestyle, pacification, unification, charismatic worship, and their model of equality of sexes, which they institutionalized in their society in 1780s. Alright, so okay, are they celibate? It's not really saying. It's being a bit vague. They're beating around the bush. Like, what? Where do people think these fucking Quaker children come from? Like, fucking celibacy? I think it comes from having sex, but what do I know? Maybe the stork brings the Quaker babies. Do the Quakers believe in the Trinity? Jeez, what is the Trinity? Weed, sex, and a bad bitch. Let's see what the pussy, religion, and weed. Holy Trinity. Well, for me, I don't have religion, so it's pussy, weed, and music. But listen, that's just me. That's the Holy Trinity. Okay, here we go. Do Quakers believe in the Trinity? Of all the Protestant Christian demonerants or something, that of Quakers believe in the Holy Trinity. Okay. So the Holy Trinity is something to do with soul. I can't remember. It's like fucking, I can't remember. But the Holy Trinity, a lot of people believe that the Catholics have it wrong, and that's why science and so on is so concerned with Catholicism and so on, because they believe they got the Holy Trinity wrong, and I'm talking about the Illuminati here. List. So let's have a little look at what is the Holy Trinity? What religions believe in the Holy Trinity? Why do Christians believe in the Trinity? They're not even. I just want to know what the fucking Trinity is. Oh, is this like the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, or some shit? That seems like all bollocks. The doctrine of the Trinity is one of the most difficult ideas in Christianity. Probably because it's fucking wrong. Sorry. That was rude. But it's fundamental of Christians because it states that Christians believe God is like and who he is plays a central part in Christians' worship and an unobjectifiable and incomprehensible God. Jesus Christ. Why do Catholics pray to Mary? Jesus. You'd think, like, I was brought up as a Christian, all this stuff, and I never fucking... All this stuff went over my head, like. I was in Christian Bible school or some shit for a lot of my life. And to be honest, it was very fucking awkward because the stuff they were saying just did not add up. And it was kind of just been like, you know, when someone's just talking a lot of shit and you're like talking about aliens and you're like, oh yeah, aliens, cool. And it's just kind of awkward because you're like, oh, this person's definitely fucking lost it, like. And the religion teacher would be like, oh yeah, it's fucking visited by fucking the Holy Ghost there. And you're just like, oh lad, this is fucking awkward. Like, these people are like a half a line of speed away from being locked up in a mental asylum for the rest of their lives, like. Which is fine, but by Jesus, what are they doing preaching this fucking damning shit? Alright, sorry, that's fucking, I don't know. Listen, what do I know? It's very unusual because as a human, I believe, you know, as a human you always believe you're absolutely right because you know no better. You can only judge life from your past experiences and what you know. So it's very interesting that I'm just, you know, I'm like Quakers. They are strange, therefore they must be wrong. And I'm trying to relate it to other things I know, to try and simplify it. And it's just very interesting how to consume knowledge at such a complex level, you really have to dumb it down to just like Quakers. All right, to dumb it down, right? What? So I'm trying to explain it. What they're like? They're like, in one word, they're similar to the fucking... What religion is this? Sorry. The religion is, I just said it a while ago. Mormons? No, not Mormons. I can't really remember, sorry. Anyway. Holy God, the Quakers own Snapple and Quaker Oats. That's mental. So they have oats. That's fucking insane. They have the Quakers have business ventures. That's fucking insane, isn't it? They own Snapple. The Quakers own Snapple. Do you remember Snapple? That's fucking mad. Isn't that fucking insane? They're a business. But that's good, they're a business. Like, they're self-sufficient and so on. It's fucking wild, isn't it? They bought Snapple for 1.7 billion. Oh my God, the Quake in 1993. In just 5 years, the Quaker sold the Apple to Target Beverages for just 300 million. A loss of $1.4 billion. When it was first purchased, Snapple Quaker had an impressive background in beverage marketing, having developed Gatorade into a powerhouse national brand by skillfully executing a plan drawn straight from the marketing textbook. That's fucking great. Yeah, I really like that. What's so interesting is, do you know, they believe these kind of things like, you know, keep life, the fucking 1970s, 1917 or the 17, whatever the fuck. The good old days. But in their marketing campaigns, they have very up-to-date, you know, flashy basketball, latest sneakers, people looking happy, a lot of stuff which doesn't line up with their like, I'm sure basketball isn't a key part of the fucking Quaker mentality. I don't know, but it's mad. They're willing to, you know, play the dark side for funds and so on. It's just very interesting that they have to dabble in the capitalism and cutthroat nature of that, but yet also keep... Yeah, it's fucking weird. You gotta be a killer to survive in a way, isn't it? If you don't want to be a killer, you have to hang around with a killer, because how else are you gonna eat? It's fucking interesting. You know, like, people will be like, if you're starving, fucking go out, kill a sheep or some shit, I don't know, and everyone be going, I'm a vegan or whatever, so you can't kill sheep and stuff, but everyone be going, I can't believe you kill that sheep, but do you want to eat or do you want to fucking starve? Like, I've never killed a sheep in my life, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes shit needs to be done, even if you are a vegan, like, you gotta fucking eat. Man, I'd rather eat a load of grass, to be honest. Eat sheep. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic. But isn't that fucking interesting? Like, they Schnapple, fucking hell, and Gatorade. That is fucking insane. And they also owned Quaker Oats, which, if anyone doesn't know what Quaker Oats is, like porridge. Isn't that fucking amazing? Like, so I think everybody that I'm aware of would know Quaker Oats. If you get porridge, right, and it has a picture of like an old lad who looks like he's been stuck in a fucking time warp. They got maple and brown oats, just fucking goodness, no artificial preservatives. Maple and brown sugar, and it's established in 1877 was the so it's very, very interesting, I must say, because normally it's a communal business, and it's just very fucking interesting. Fucking hell. When people work together, like fucking, they got something like 1 trillion. I can't remember the number I just said out loud there, but when you get together and work as a community and a tribe, just the fucking amount of, they have 3 schools, they got something 1,000 people, they got, man. When I first started reading about these lads, I was like, that's a lot of bollocks, but now I'm fucking jealous. I'm like, jeez, didn't know these lads had fucking shares and Schnapple and oats, and these lads seem to have their heads screwed on. Where do I sign up? Do Quakers believe in Jesus? They make up 49% of the total number of Quakers worldwide. They regard Jesus Christ as their teacher and Lord and favour working closely with other Protestant Christian churches. Grunite friends balance the authority as the Bible inspired words of God with personal direct experience of God in their lives. That's pretty good. Man. Alright, where do I sign up? Yeah, that's fucking wild, isn't it? Absolutely fucking wild. Like, fuck. It's just so weird because, you see someone in all this, they're just a human person, like they go for a shit every day, they probably masturbate and all that, but you see a woman walk down the street and she scared the shit out of me. And I probably wouldn't even say hello to her or something. I'd just be like, I don't know what. I'd say hello to her, but you'd be like, is this person want to talk to me, or are they doing their own thing? Or it's like a social barrier or something, isn't it? I don't know, it's unusual. It's brilliant advertising, I'll give you that, because you're like, why does that person look so happy? I gotta join the Quakers. I feel awful, I drink alcohol or something, or I don't know, whatever. People looking for happiness. Alright, that's so fucking, oh my god. Oh no, Control F. Quak. Not doing Quakers. That's fucking so weird, like. Quakers, man. Quakers. Man. Christ and all that stuff, man. It's fucking mad. It's very, you're not supposed to. I'm not supposed to talk about religion and politics, so let's move on. Yeah, religion's one of those things you're not allowed to talk about, isn't it? Or politics, because no one can agree on that, and then all of us just fucking bollocks anyway. So. Alright. But you're right, you chose the one true God. Everyone else is wrong. Alright, here we go. Not for me. Trump announces guidelines for all Americans to wear masks, but says he won't wear one himself. Fucking brilliant. To be honest, you can't be wearing a mask if you're in power, because it just shows you're afraid, and you can't. There's all sorts of things to do with power. Like if you some people believe like you can't lick a woman's lady parts and stuff, give oral sex to a woman, because it shows you're submissive and so on. And if word gets out, people know you're soft, and a lot of things, you know, when people think you're fucking down, think you have cancer or something, some people move in for the kill. They want your shit. The young people want to come up, kill the old lion, take over the kingdom. Sometimes these things are more subtle, and they're not just a dagger. It's sometimes just sending people to the old folks' home or something, and I don't know. It's fucking life's weird, but it's the fucking jungle out there, isn't it? It's fucking weird. Life or some shit. Not saying any of this stuff's right. I'm just saying, just observing fucking people talking on the bus. Like, 2 vehicles set alight in Garda station to hinder response to ATM stolen on dock. That's fucking gas. They 2 vehicles set alight. That's fucking brilliant. No, it's not brilliant, but there's an ATM, right, and they have a fucking digger. It's so good. They just, like, oh my god, they just got a fucking like a full on digger for digging up roads. They just got a fucking digger for digging up roads and fucking ripped the cat machine out of the wall. Like, oh my god, how mad is that? Like, 3 people arrested over 36k worth of cannabis, crack cocaine, and diazepam seized, and it has just a picture in Clontarkin. Oh my lord. It says online dating. Love in the time of coronavirus. Texting all day. Going out for dinner on Zoom. Yeah. Man, I was telling you about a story, like someone was not talking about crack and stuff. They were just like, oh man, you gotta do crack. I was, mate, just chill the fuck out, alright? Just chill the fuck out. Well done, Gardaí. No matter how small the find is, drugs off the streets and distribution disrupted. Alright, well, yeah, well, a lot of people don't understand the psychology behind drugs and so on. Like, it's a bit. Does anyone else see it? I think it's a bit weird. Like, there's an open bar. And like, alcohol kills and fucks up more lives than anything else. Domestic violence, suicides, this goes on and on and on and on. With alcohol, it's legalised and taxable. Other drugs are illegal and not taxable, therefore cannot be benefit to the country and so on. So on one hand, the guards are going in, you know, gives all them drugs or whatever, don't be doing that. And then once 5 o'clock hits, they can go to the bar and drink if they choose to, and get messed up, possibly overdose from alcohol poisoning or whatever. But they're completely within the rights to do that, because it's the law. It's just fucking mad. The law is just fucking wild. And for years, with, you know, cannabis and all that stuff helps kids with epilepsy, all this stuff, but you do serious jail time for having it. Even though people are saying, listen, I can do serious jail time, but I'm not risking my kid having an epilepsy attack and they'd be sent to court and all this stuff. But, you know, even these would be mothers and so on. And, obviously, there's a time and a place for every drug. Yeah, some lads just like doing them when they're bored and so on. Other lads do it to escape. Other lads do it for spiritual awakening. It's a slippery slope, you know. Better off without them. But it's a choice. I think if you me personally, I've known it's not alcohol. It's just not my choice, like, or whatever. Even Jimi Hendrix used to do LSD, smoke weed, and all that. No problem. But anytime we drink alcohol, he used to beat the shit out of his girlfriends, like, just get violent. And me personally, when I drink, I don't know, I just get really depressed the next day, and I just don't really. There's other things I'd rather be doing. Just saying, like, that's all. It's not. It's fucks. It's not for me. It's not for me. All right. Saying that, I'm the lad who shows up with a bottle of absinthe, and people are like, so yeah, I don't know. But just in general, you know, just drinking every day is not the best. But you listen. Peter's eating sweets. Well, it's just everyone has a voice, don't they? But it's the internet. Or whatever. Yeah. It's like the Queen of England has a sherry first thing in the morning, glass of wine with lunch, another fucking drink with fucking dinner and all that stuff. So you can be the Queen of England, highly functional, highly respected around the world, and still be possibly a functional alcoholic who's living in their 90s, or I don't know how old the Queen is. So yeah, and even alcohol has and every drug has certain beneficial qualities, like morphine. People used to die all the time without morphine and stuff, just couldn't go into shock, couldn't handle the pain. Morphine is just a cousin drug of heroin. Fucking England was very big in the, I don't know if you know about the world history, but England trying to sell heroin to the Chinese, and Chinese trying to keep heroin out of China, and they want to swap heroin for tea and all those other things. People want tea, and meanwhile heroin is 100% illegal in Britain and so on, but the English government have a history of dealing heroin illegally to the Chinese, and the Chinese government didn't want anything to do with it, so they made it, heroin legal and so on. Yeah, it's just mad. I had a guitar teacher who's a big influence on me in my life. He was a jazz man. He's a very, very good man. And I was saying to him, I didn't understand drugs, I was very young at the time. I said to him, and he was obviously like, protecting me, because I was young and all that. I was like, hey, what's crack with drugs and that, like? Because you see a lot of lads, jazz musicians, and you hear stories about they're on drugs and cocaine and heroin, all this stuff, and all this stuff. And he said, he was explaining to me like this. He was like, listen, some people sit down in front of the TV all day and they don't take drugs and they eat food and so on, and that's their way of doing nothing and getting rid of the stress and so on. Now, so there's no productivity at the end goal. It's like stress relief and so on. Yourself sitting down with the family, all that stuff. Now, what these musicians do is they take a lot of drugs. They feel very good, and they play music all night long. So if you imagine going to work and loving your job all night long and being at it for like fucking 8 hours, if you do that every single day for like 10 years, you're going to be really fucking good at playing drums or whatever instrument you're playing. Do you know what I mean? Because you're practicing for like 8 hours every single night. Whereas the gentleman who is watching TV, he might be relaxed or whatever, but he doesn't know anything about music because he's never fucking played music. So it's kind of obvious in a way, just like it doesn't matter if you have one leg or if you have a massive drug problem or if you're manic depressed or whatever. If you just fucking work at whatever the fucking thing is relentlessly, she knows that there's highly successful functional drug addicts and highly successful. I'm just saying drug addicts because some people think like once you're an addict or whatever, you can't do fucking anything. Yeah, I just find it very interesting. Limiting beliefs, because some people go, oh, I'm an alcoholic, I can't do anything. And then other people go, oh, I'm an alcoholic. Or you see like Post Malone or whatever, he's not doing so great or whatever, but business wise he's touring all over the world and a lot of people idolise him and so on. So it's so confusing, because you think, in my head growing up, right, if you drink alcohol you end up on the street homeless, dying young. And then you look at Post Malone, you're like, music videos, cash, everything you could possibly want, and even other I don't know if you guys are familiar with fucking politicians and so on, but and judges. Oh my god, judges. Judges are into some very, very kinky shit. Anyway, because the fucking power goes to your head, like. Power goes to your fucking head. Have you ever been to a judge's gaff? There's fucking cameras everywhere. I don't know. People, judges, fucking. People hold grudges against judges, and it's just mad. The fucking what you're told by. Yeah. But yeah, listen. It's all about what drugs you choose and so on, because crack and cocaine and heroin ruin people's lives, especially crack. I guess heroin as well. A lot of it has to do with if you're working full time or if you're just kind of shut down. I don't know. A lot of people like Scott Storch, one of my favourite producers of all time, said he was doing loads of cocaine or whatever. And so he still smokes weed every day, like all day, as far as I know. Beyonce's hit producer and so on. But he said the biggest mistake he made was not doing, cocaine and all that. It was the decisions he made on drugs, like buying loads of yachts and, private plane. I don't think he did private planes, but just, spend way more than he should have. And then he kind of went bankrupt because he bought too many cars and shit. But yeah, he's an absolute amazing, very influential person in my life. He still bangs out class songs. But it's just very interesting how he was saying the problem he did was he stopped working. Because he was just like, I'm too rich. And then he spent all his money. Yeah, because a lot of these lads, like, Charlie Sheen. What's that lad? He's in fucking every film ever made. A lot of those lads who are in every film ever made are like doing Sport Habits and stuff, and with Johnny Depp. They're not doing it just to Sport Habits, but when you've that much money, like, what the fuck you else to be doing? Like, it's the same happens with a lot of footballers and so on. This is what are supposed to do with all this money, and their careers are over kind of young and stuff. So like, man, I got a shitload of money. I can't play football anymore. So yeah, a lot of that happens when you just stop fucking moving, stop participating in life. Just say, listen, I can't handle this. This is when all the bad shit happens. And as you can see, people are very. If I can relate this to the real world, what's happening now with COVID-19 and so on, if the world shuts down, we're fucked. So you got to keep moving. And it's just mental. Like, even if you're dying with cancer, you got to keep moving. You got to go to the hospital and get chemo, otherwise you will die and so on. Like, life just keeps going. It never stops. Is that getting too deep? Alright, we'll keep going. We'll keep it light. Phone call gave me strength. How Irish cancer is an ad. Okay. Alright, moving on. I get so annoyed when I get fucking read ads. Stay at home. From classes of Michael D. Yoga teacher and live drag shows. Here are some online events to check out this weekend. Oh yeah, give that a look. Michael D's yoga teacher. Oh, I'd rather if it was fucking Michael D teaching yoga. Just saying, like, online concerts could be fucking arse. Like, would you ever fuck off with yourself? Just saying, sorry, but like, if you're streaming a gig, the quality's shit. I'd rather, just saying, like, just me now. Lads, have you ever checked out fucking AC/DC live? There's a fucking show for you. Bit of Kanye West live. There's a fucking show for you. The thing about rap stuff though is that a lot of it is just light displays, and you kind of get over it in like the first fucking 15 minutes. You're like, oh, this is the best thing ever, and then you're just kind of like, oh, yeah. Anyway, Sherlock. Oh my god, there's museum tours. Isn't that fucking mental? There's museum tours on Zoom where they just go, they just walk around the fucking museum with the fucking phone. Oh my god, could you be arsed? Yoga. There are countless health coaches and so on, and you can do. I'm in the company of someone right now who's doing a yoga exam as we speak. On fucking the internet or whatever. And it's like one of the, the final exams or something. But fucking hell, life just goes on. It's fucking mad. It's fucking mad. The streets are empty, but the life's still buzzing. Alright, drag shows. So you can see a drag show if you want tonight. Festival features drag artists such as Alaska, Diva Di Como, Big Chips, Ms. Cracker, and almost many others. So I don't want to. Do you know the thing about drag shows? I don't know. I'm a fan of the women now. I wouldn't be into the cock myself, but you know when you see the drag shows and you see men with fucking big tits and you're like your dick starts getting excited and you're like, oh no, does this mean I'm gay now? And it's a bit of a burden, like just unless you're very comfortable in your sexuality, it can be a bit awkward. But do you know what? If you want to ride a lad in the toilet and it's consensual, fucking go for it. It's a bit awkward over Zoom. Gee, my God, do you think there's a lot of lads just wanking over these live shows? Anyway, sure, I was working with a lady who worked in a wedding shop before, and she said there's a massive problem with lads coming in, putting on wedding dresses and just wanking to their own reflection. And it's an awful problem, like just fucking cum all over the fucking. Anyway, I'm dying to know, like, is it? It's obviously just some kind of fetish thing, but I don't know. It's kind of mad, isn't it? Like for me, I love playing music and smoking and the ladies and all that, but to some other people, they just be like, I don't see the point in fucking music and so on. Like some people just don't like music, and everyone's different. Like it blows my mind when people just say, "No, I don't like music." It's just like, but it's everywhere. Netflix party. That's really. I must say I like that as well. People, they just watch the same thing on Netflix and they just talk to each other while watching it and so on. People's dad is running out mad. Have you guys had this problem? Like my dad is fucking gone. Because you're not used to being online like all day, fucking every day, and people's data plans are like, they say it's unlimited, but you get like 8 gigs a month or something, and they're like totally unlimited, no holds barred, but it says 8 gigs. I was like, oh come on, lad. Anyway, you boys on bill pay or something, nothing to worry about. Running for charity, grand, so you can run for charity. What about just run for inner peace? Drink it is then. Says Stan Ackles. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Sean Ryan. I've decided several online meetups this weekend. Declined several online meetups. All sounded nice. I was grateful to be invited, but I spend the majority of my week-long series Skype meetings now, so I want mostly screen-free weekend. Oh, that's interesting. Books and wine and walks is what I'll be doing. I have a good weekend. That's very nice, I must say. Personally, I was just fucking. I had one of the best hours of my life. Like I was just staring at the pigeons yesterday. I was having a smoke of oregano, and I was just looking at the pigeons, and I was like, oh my God, this is what life's all about. I was watching the male pigeon buff himself up and chasing the women, and the women were like kind of, some of them were like, oh no, I'm not a hoe, and then there was like fucking a woman giving them the eye. I was like, yes. In case you don't know, as far as I'm aware, pigeons mate for life, so it's kind of cute, they kind of court, and they chase each other around, and the lady's like, oh, I'm not sure, oh jeez, and the man like is fucking bigging his chest up and like going woo, and keeps shoving his arse up in the air. It's just like the mating dance. It's so interesting because you go to the nightclub and then you see like an actual person peacocking wearing an outrageous outfit trying to catch the attention of the opposite sex or whatever that is. It's just so interesting. We're just fucking animals. We're just fucking birds. And what's really interesting, there was pigeons, right, and they were eating the grain, and the pigeons got in a fight with crows. And then the crows got pissed off and just started shitting everywhere. Oh man, it's so basic. Like it's so basic, primal shit. Like you're pissed off, just gonna shit all over your fucking feet. it's very nice here in Waterford. There's a lot of people putting out a bit of bread for the pigeons and stuff. Alright, here we go. Vaisal Bear says, the image of Michael D in the leotard working the downward facing dog just ruined my breakfast. Oh, that is so gas. I think Michael D Higgins may have some minor physical issues, and yoga can be amazing for healing. And yeah, okay, here's that. If you're looking for something a bit different the weekend, you might be for you. President Michael D. Higgins, personal yoga teacher Michael Ryan, is teaching the first in a series of yoga classes by outdoor event company happening at 11 something a.m. today. Why does it say Childline? Oh, the class runs 60 minutes, costs €5, and will go to Childline. Grand. I don't really understand this whole... like, people give to charity fucking anyway, so... I don't know, maybe... I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I just heard this saying... I was reading a lot of books and stuff, and it says, beware the needy, and it's like, fuck. I guess it means you gotta be selfish and shit if you want to succeed, but it's very hard to do. Put yourself first and just kind of... I'm a very sensitive lad and stuff, so it's really hard for me to fucking be so fucking cold, like, and then you lose a night's sleep the next night, like, oh Jesus, did I do the right thing? All that kind of messing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Nope. So that's all I gotta say. So in conclusion, fucking them lads are Quakers are just fucking blowing my mind. Pigeons, just the more I just see the animalistic instincts in humans, like, just fucking blows my fucking mind. People are like, no, you don't understand. They have all these fucking things, and then just the more you realise, just we're all just fucking animals, like, just reproduce. They want to reproduce. They want to eat, and somewhere a nice safe cave or something. I don't know. It's fucking mad. Just fucking mad how simple yet complicated life is. Like, we just complicate shit for fucking... Because you listen to someone and you just hear all this fucking yapping out of the mouth, and you're like, what the fuck are they saying, like? And then you just realise, right, they're angry because, you didn't... they're confused about their place in the pack or something, or fucking their needs are not being met. So you gotta make sure their needs are being met, like maybe they're stressed out about rent or something. You gotta help out with the rent or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, it all goes back to basic human needs, and you're not being appreciated, not being happy because someone's not putting the effort in the relationship, getting lazy, fucking all sorts of weird shit. You know yourself, like fucking awkward hand job, you're both looking the opposite way or whatever. And it's like leaving your phone to charge on 1% and you're not allowed to charge your phone, and fucking it's dead the next day, relationship's dead the next day. But you listen, that's just if you don't, but then you go on holiday or something, it's all fucking grand, who knows. Fixing everything fix. Here we go. Here's what happened today. There's a picture of a lad taking a selfie of a guard. So yeah, I've never been so fucking terrified of guards in my life, man. Because just normally if you just act like a civilized citizen, dress nice, fucking keep the head up straight, don't fuck around, just you'll be left alone, like, you pay your taxes and all that stuff. But now you're walking down the street and like, where are you going? Why'd you smell it? Why'd you stink of weed or whatever? And you're like, well, I don't smell weed, that's oregano, man. And allegedly. Yeah. I just, I'm a big lad for keeping the head down and staying out of trouble. And it's just very awkward when you're kind of put in positions that risk you getting a criminal record and shit just out of just, you know, because fucking paperwork has to be done, I's have to be dotted, and sure, listen, be yourself. I'm just here for the moment. So, vegan news, nothing's really happened, same as yesterday. World news, coronavirus live update, CDC recommends masks, grand. People are always recommending masks since before they even got out, but there wasn't any enough to go around. So stop people panicking. They said yada yada yada. So all this stuff is just crowd control. Like, it's not for people's best interests. It's like, listen, if everyone, it's the good of the pack and so on. Just war shit, like, you know what I mean. Alright. Bodies, COVID-19 victims pile up in the streets of Ecuador, and residents beg authorities to help. Yeah. US snatches masks from Germany in act of modern piracy. So US is nicking everyone's masks, nicking masks from France and so on. Yeah, what's so interesting is, like, the US kind of fucks everybody. It fucks everyone, right? And then if anyone tries to fuck them, like China, they're just like, oh my god, how dare they try and fuck me out the big dog, and they go around yapping to everyone, oh, did you see what this fucking lad did to me? I don't know, I think other countries like Ireland and stuff might be like, alright, listen, I made a mistake, whereas America is just like, no, I'm right, I've always been right. And I'm trying to turn. I'm not talking about Americans. I'm talking about. I'm trying to force a human personality on a country, which can't really be done. But I just do it to make treat each country as a person, just to say, oh well, this person did it before, and just to humanize a lot more, getting down to basics, because it's all just. Some countries have awful mental health because they used to be invaded and so on. Anyway, sure, listen, like fucking North Korea, they were sick of getting invaded all the time, so they fucking put up the walls, and a lot of people in North Korea were fucking chuffed. They're like, this lad's a fucking saviour. So yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time. That's it, over and out. Have a great day. This was the Quakers, possibly.